recording. Mama Mita, you on there? Because Mita said if I don't recall this call, she's gonna beat me up, and I don't want to have it.
I'm here.
No problems. I don't want to have no problems. Hold up, is that you, Mita?
You know I'm here.
Awesome. And hold on. Let me find out. Is that Big Lou? Is that Big Lou on there? Is that you on there, Lou? Let's see, I think you muted, Lou.
I'm here, brother.
Big brother. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you here live and direct. Lou is definitely a champion. He's been working around it.
Me, man.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm glad you remember me. I didn't think you'd.
Stop it. We think about you every single day, brother. Every single day. So, well, thanks, brother, for being here. I know even though you were going through things you went through, you still have been here around the clock. People don't even know, but you were doing some stuff and you made things happen. So appreciate you for that, as always. Do you want to let people do a little quick shout out for what city you're from? Let's just do a little quick shout out because we haven't been on. I want to build some energy back up because what we got going is going to be crazy. We're not going to cover all of it today. We're just going to kind of give a light update today, and then tomorrow, within the next 24 hours or so, then we'll start getting into a lot more detail because there's a lot to get covered, and we got a lot of things to get done. I know some people also, there's a little issues that got to get taken care of. So that's just in nice style. Just open up and kind of say your city real quick, where you're from, where you calling in from, and we'll rock and roll.
Seattle,
Miss Mita.
San Juan Bautista, California.
Barbados.
Willie, Seattle.
Vegas.
Los Angeles.
Danny from Barbados.
Los Angeles.
Tim in Phoenix.
Vancouver, Canada.
Vancouver,
Playa
Canada.
Vista.
Barbados.
Barbados again. What's good?
Playa Vista, California.
California.
Rancho Cucamonga, California.
Cucamonga. Love it.
Hey guys, this is Clarence from San Jose. I'm still at work, folks, but I'm listening in the best I can.
The one and only Clarence.
Hey, man.
Hey, Jamal. Tim in Mesa.
Costa Mesa. Awesome.
Not Costa Mesa. Mesa, Arizona.
Oh, Mesa, Arizona. Tim, how could you not let me get that right the first time, Tim? I'm taking all the responsibility for getting it not right the first time. It's all good.
I understand it's early there.
Early, late, it all depends. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Wonderful. Sounds like Mary.
Sure.
Barbados again.
Miss Atwin. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. And Dan, I didn't hear you representing Minnesota, so I guess you must be quiet over there, Dan. It's all good. It's all hometown. You guys, well, thank you so much for logging in. Right now, it's definitely a pleasure. It's been fun building everything we've been building up to this point. This guy, I don't know how he does it. He's been working super hard. I mean, God, the last couple of days, there's been a bunch of developers here, media companies, coders, blockchain people. I mean, it's been interesting. Just learning a lot, getting things coded, getting things put together, making sure things work well. I know people got a lot of questions, so what I'd like to do as part of this call, I'm gonna let Big Bro here take over and start going through some of the updates he wants to cover. And also, if you guys could go ahead and throw your questions in the chat as well. But we're not gonna cover everything today. But what I'd like to do as well is, if you guys, as I see questions in the chat, what we could do is we can also put together some of those so that we could do a full call a little bit longer, because I know some people wanted to get on the call today, but they weren't able to get on the call. And so we'll be able to do a full call tomorrow. We're gonna start rolling the calls again, because what we have coming together right now is gonna be just amazing. And so as a result, we wanna get people on, get some of the issues cleaned up, get some of this phase one wrapped up. At the same point in time, we'll be moving into phase two. So without further ado, I'm gonna throw on a Big Bro here and let him do what he does. Marcus.
Hello, team. Everybody can hear me okay?
Hey, Marcus, we hear you well, man.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So I'm gonna run through a bunch of information. Again, it's not all the information. We'll have to do this over a couple of different sessions. I will run over some information. Get everybody, up to speed of where we at. First and foremost, the best part about this, that we're gonna be active on our calls again. We just finished not only we had a lot of people in town, but we just finished the biggest blockchain conference in the world, 150,000 people, called GITEX, and the future of blockchain, then the Blockchain World Summit, all the above, 150,000 plus people were here in Dubai. We're talking about blockchain, dealing with blockchain projects. And so they had us running 24/7. So much exciting things, so many exciting new partnerships to talk about. We're not gonna get into all of that today, but you'll see all these things coming down the pipe. So with that being said, but we now can we can get back on our program of having our calls every night. And getting things done on a nightly basis. So this is the first call, and we'll be back on tomorrow, same time. As I say, same bat time, same bat channel. We're back on tomorrow night, and from here on out, we'll be rolling our calls again. That's number one. The conference was just amazing in the fact that even still today, what we've been talking about all year, still today, there are a lot of projects, there are a lot of technologies. I'm losing my voice a little bit, by the way, so if you hear it cracking, it's not because it's 4 a.m, it's just because I'm just losing my voice because I talked too much this week. It's amazing that with all this stuff, all this technology you talked about, all the people raising capital, very few people have a project that has actual people on it, has actual utility, has actually something that's proven to work. People are still talking about technology and they're going to find users later. So once we go out and once everybody see what we're doing, and people were really interested, and I know Jamal could tell you as well, he's been here, people are super interested once we tell them what we're doing and where we at, and the amount of actual activity that we have. We just, so that's exciting because it means that we are leaders in this industry. And as we continue to grow, continue to go forward, people will start recognizing that we are leaders in the industry. And that should bode well for us, both in the project, but also in our coins and the value, et cetera, everything, all that kind of good stuff. But 150,000 people, thousands, if not tens of thousands of projects. And, to me, and I know I'm probably a little biased, there was none as exciting as we were, none as far as we were down the road, none that are ready to make an impact right now today. But it was still super exciting, made a lot of partnerships. So we'll talk about those, on later calls. You'll start seeing press releases. You'll start seeing press releases from that. You'll start seeing press releases from that in about a week or so down the road. So number one, we're going to be active on our calls, and also active in our group. So anybody, we still got matches to do. We still got matches to do from the last, our last programs. We still have some commissions to pay out. People got to make choices whether they want coins or cash. We got to do all that stuff. So we're going to jump right into these groups, start tomorrow, and start getting all that stuff taken care of so that we can finish phase one. Phase one is finished. There's no more coins to sell. So there's no more coins to be purchased in the way that we were purchasing coins before. All out, zero, sold out, done, finished, complete, kaput. No more coins to sell in that way. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and close out administratively all the matching, all the commissions and all that stuff. And then go ahead and move aggressively to the next phase, almost aggressively, almost simultaneously to the next phase. So we'll be active in the groups. If you have who you refer and all that stuff together, we'll be getting to you. And as we get that information in, get that information verified, we're gonna get all the matches out, get all the commissions out. Number one. Number two is that you know, everything that we do now is going to, because of this experience we had here at Global Blockchain Week here, because of the relationships, some of which we talked about, you know, last week or a couple of weeks ago, relationships with the Prince here, the royal family here in Dubai, which has been progressing very well, relationships all around it. Everything we do today is now going to be watched, really watched, examined, detailed, picked apart, put together, you try to be put together again, et cetera. You know, which is all fine, all good stuff, excited about it. They should watch me. The more people watching us, the more exciting this thing is going to be as people decide to come on board with us. So with that being said, we're going to talk, as we talked about last time, we're going to talk about the next step. And the very next step deals with African Startup League and the teams and team sponsorships. Great news to announce on that end. The Dale teams who are here, we're here. Jamal got to see them every day, every single day, at the table, all day, all night, pressing out code, testing code, showing us what they're doing, showing us that it works, et cetera. They finished the technology side of African Startup League, and it's all been tested, and it all works, and it's all ready to go. We got to put the visual to it, which we're going to try to get that done today. Get the visual side of it going, and then we'll be ready to go. But all the technology, everything works, everything has been tested and retested and tested again. And it's smooth, and really like what they put together. Super excited about it. They're excited about it, and you guys are gonna be excited about it just because it's gonna allow you to make money and put money instantly in your pocket for everybody you refer. Instantly, like at the exact same second that somebody come into the program, you get paid out. You're all done transparently via blockchain. So.
You mean like instantly, like how fast they can send BNB to one wallet to another wallet?
Absolutely instantly, literally.
Or like HMB to one wallet to another wallet?
The same second that somebody purchases, you get paid.
I mean, like lightning speed fast.
Fast enough that you can't, when somebody else pay, by the time you go to click over to see if you paid, you're already paid.
Faster than speed and bullet.
Yeah. You know how when you were a kid, you used to try to turn off the light and hit the light switch and then get in bed before the lights went out? That fast. So that's gonna be exciting. We're gonna take that, and this is another limited chance opportunity. There are only 10,000 teams to sponsor. So once those teams are sponsored, just like the NFTs, once the opportunity is done, it's done. There'll be no more team sponsorships to purchase directly from us. And then to be able to sponsor a team, to get the capital for sponsoring a team, is going to be prohibitive. So African Startup League is getting ready to start, which is the first part of that is team sponsorships. In addition to that, and just to go back one step, in addition to the matching and the commissions and all of that, as we promised before, we have categories of angels and ambassadors. And we have people who qualify, both the angels and the people who qualified as ambassadors. And one of the promises of the original was that those people would be put strategically at the top of the tree. And so at the same time that we're doing the matches and commissions, we're going to be start putting people, and then now the technology is finished, we're going to start putting people in the tree immediately, ASAP. So as we talk to you over the next couple of days to get your information or your matches and for your commissions, we're also going to be putting you into the tree. And you're going to remember, all 300,000 NFTs sit under those people who qualified the whole tree sits under those people who's qualified as admins and ambassadors. So all you who are qualified, purchase your coins. If you're admin, you have more than 100 coins, and you've converted. If you're angel, you have more than 1,000 coins, you convert it. All of you will be placed, in the next week. So it'll be placed into the tree and then be allowed to start building under you, but understand that the whole 300,000 NFTs will be under you. So that's exciting stuff. Just great way to get paid for a lifetime. I was going over some numbers with Jamal yesterday. They're not ready for publication yet. But I was going over some numbers with him yesterday, and he was like, I know, but the royalties going to make $480 a year. I said, yeah. I said, yep, that's great. He said, man, but what are we gonna make on this side? And so I kept trying to explain to him, and until I could write the numbers down, and he saw the numbers and said, look, the 480 is income. So that's on one side that's dealing with income. This side is dealing with something different, which is equity and dealing with distribution, revenue, right? And those numbers are just bigger. There's no way you can see kind of, but the numbers are bigger. And so I went through it. He got really excited. I'm sure you guys will get excited when we get to that part of it. But you want to be over here in the tree, and if you're Angel or Ambassador, you're already in the tree. We're gonna get you situated in your spot in the next 6 to 7 days.
But to his credit, though, he's patient, because it took like, he was like, yeah, but to understand, if this part is the revenue part from the sharing part, but the royalty is X amount. But if you only got a product that's X amount, it's going to be X, it's going to be bigger than that. And I was like, but how? After about 3 or 4 or 5 times going through it, blew my mind. I've never in all my years in this industry, and people who know me, I'll tell them, hey, this is a good project, really good project. But you don't hear me say, you've never heard me say, this is the biggest thing I've seen in my whole career. This is the Super Bowl, guys. So everything you've been doing up until this point is training. And the people that we have here right now, we have really more than enough, because this window coming up, and that's why we kind of want to give a little call today, and then give you some time to start pulling people together, because it's going to all happen real fast. But because of a window we have open, kind of let's just say a portal we got open, we think 30 to 40 days, who's in is in and who's out is out. That's it, done. There's no coming back in after that, right? And so I know people, I've been talking to people on the phone, and they've been talking about they're looking for the biggest leaders that they know in the industry, because once they're in, and once they're out, they're out. We don't care who you are if you're not in the next 30. I said 40 days because 4 days and 40 nights, because we don't know if we're daytime or nighttime on this side of town. But the next 40 days and 40 nights, really once that's done, is done, right? And so for networkers, nothing gets them more excited than be able to take opportunity until it has a limited opening, right? Because it just really is what it is. So we want to make sure everyone that can get in is in. We got some fair play for the other side as well in Africa, so that no one can't say, well, just because we're investors, we got a chance to take advantage of stuff. Fair play on that side as well. And so I'm gonna just let him talk for a second, because otherwise I'm gonna just stumble over my own words, and you guys are gonna say, we don't know what he's saying, but he's excited and we love it. Keep talking, bro.
So as we go into the teams, just to do a quick recap, there's 10,000 teams. There's 10,000 teams to be sponsored. Each team sponsorship gives you the right to put one team into the African Startup League competition for the $1 million+ dollars. So think of it like F1. You own a race car team. So you get to decide every year who the driver is, what car you're gonna put on, what technology you're gonna put in the car, etc. Here you get to decide, you get to pick a team, you get to pick a startup idea, you get to pick the people who are gonna operate that startup idea, or you can pick all that all together, you can pick it individually, but you get to put a team on the field for the biggest startup competition in the world, starting by being a team sponsor. We've then fractionalized the team sponsorship so that people can participate, because we want to make sure at least people in Africa, everyone can participate. So the minimum amount to participate is only $10. Minimum amount to participate is only $10. The minimum amount to participate is only $10. Anybody can participate, which is why we know this phase is gonna go super fast. Anybody can participate and be part of a sponsor team. And if you can't sponsor a whole team, you can be part of, you can sponsor a piece of a team. And you'll combine with other people that then sponsor a whole team. So that's gonna be available to any and everybody, period. Again, as I stated before, when somebody buys into a team sponsorship, commissions are paid immediately. And commissions are paid 6 levels down and 6 levels up, either way how you want to look at it, but it's paid, all levels are paid immediately. As soon as the transaction happens, as soon as the sponsorship is purchased, everybody gets money, gets coin put directly in their wallet. Love it. We tested it for 3 or 4 days now. It works brilliantly. And this is going to allow people to not only build up teams, sell sponsorships, but also to get paid immediately on all of that action.
And have long-term equity in positions too.
And continue to earn yourself up further higher into the positions in this only period, which is this 40-day period, the only period in which you can earn in those positions. So if you're not already an Angel and Ambassador, or you already an Angel and Ambassador, you still want to work yourself up higher on the tree, this is the only period to do this 40-day period. There will be no other period to do that. And once that 40-day period is over, all that'll be sealed off, the whole tree will be seeded. NFTs get seeded under that, everybody will be under that. And this is our tree for life. It's on blockchain. This is a tree for life. This is where we're at. So the 40-day period is where you can maximize all your earnings, all your opportunities right now by being active and really pushing these team sponsorships the same way we got super active and pushed these NFT sponsorships until they were all sold out.
You know, and I'm gonna definitely encourage people to really, really move fast on this, because the truth of the matter is that, you know, in the beginning, we had a chance to see how to use the wallets, how to do a lot of stuff that we did, you know, like going through and learning together. But because everyone on here took, let me say, took a what do you call it, a vote of confidence, or what do you call it? Took a leap of faith.
A leap of faith.
Because everybody took a leap of faith. We got more money for you guys already that are already in position already, by the way, right? We ain't just me not telling you about it yet, but there's everyone on here, there's more money for you already in what we put together. Yeah, right. And that's if you did nothing more. But I'm just telling you, you know, who wouldn't wish that they did the most they could do when Ethereum was at $100, right? Not even at $1,500, or who doesn't wish that they did more they could do when Bitcoin was at, you know, $100, right? And so for people that watched the calls and understood, you know, how the market caps work. We had a guy that came by here yesterday. He's a networker. He knows a lot of guys in trading and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He came by here yesterday, and he was talking about he was talking about how the angel investors work in Silicon Valley, and it clicked to him when Marcus explained to him that, you know, there's people in Silicon Valley that are taking $40 billion a year and throwing at companies, hoping, and all you that watch Shark Tank understand, you know, the company comes in front of them, think it's a good idea, they make a quick decision on it, they throw money, they hope that it's going to work. Well, through this system that we have right now, it's not really a hope it's going to work. You got companies that are going to be proving themselves over a year period, getting flushed out, getting from being out of 10,000 into the top 100. So now you got angel investors that are able to come over and say, wait. So you mean these are the top 100 ideas that have been fleshed out? People like it, they love it, they follow it, they got fans, they got supporters. Even as people fall out, same example, you know, you got an idea to create, you know, water to wine. I like to use that word, water to wine, right? You're creating water to wine, and you know, you're company 5,000, right? And all of a sudden, you know, you don't make it into the next top tier. Well, the next group of companies that's filtering water into wine, you might decide, hey, well, since we like these other guys right here, and we could probably push together with these guys. And so all that fan base that's moving in that same area is now going to combine with the other company. So the scope of what's happening is really, really, it took a bunch of hours sitting at breakfast and Marcus really break it down and seeing people coming over, hearing it being explained over and over again. And that's why we want to take our time and go through it so that people can get the pieces together, because it really is something really, really unique that we haven't seen before. And so by understanding what it is clearly, right, we're going to move quickly. We're not going to be tripping over our feet, but we're going to move quickly, right? But we want everyone to understand so that we will have the calls just like we did before. All you got to do is invite people to the calls, right? You don't have to try to explain it because there's a lot to explain, but once people get it, it'll move in a really, really rapid clip. And as we said, once it's shut down, it's done. It's shut down forever. And that's by design. And we'll tell you that reason why after the 40 days is done, but it's done so by design so we can take full advantage of everything that's happening going forward.
Absolutely. And with that being said, the good part about it is that you're going to be familiar with the steps in the process. We've been doing this for a couple of months, and the steps are going to feel familiar. Just the technology, the systems are going to be a lot better. We're not going to, obviously keep track of things how we've done it by hand. It's going to be in the system, in the technology, and we'll be able to run a lot faster. And that's why this phase will go fast. This phase will go super fast. So with that being said, we're going to stop there and let people start answering questions or asking questions, and then we can kind of wrap up. We're going to keep the questions. Some of the questions, if they go beyond the scope of what we kind of dealt with today, we're going to be in the groups live for starting tomorrow, and all the groups active like we were before. Just making sure we wrap up the old business, and also we're going to be on a call tomorrow. But any other questions you have about this phase, this next phase, and kind of when we're going to get started and all that kind of good stuff, we're ready to take those questions now.